everyone, this is our first video, our first sketch vlog thing. This channel is actually a sketch show, but this is a vlog right now.
I was the first to get intellectual!
Yeah, we'll spell intellectual then.
I, J, Blade, 77, Cornflakes?
Einstein's theory of relativity.
Okay, this looking good, this looking good. Okay, you stand there, you there, okay. Right, action.
I used to watch these guys religiously.
It's the most stressful job I've ever had.
Incredibly funny and well shot.
Dammit, I Lost is simultaneously the best and worst thing to ever happen to me.
The guys hate each other's guts.
We just started arguing about the stupidest things.
Why is it Matt and Joe?
Barely got a full scene without someone ended up in a chokehold.
I sure as hell didn't want to smell him. By God, he stunk.
It really felt like we were finished.
I keep a lot of plants these days. It's the Philippius Fule there. This is an Orlando bloom.
I'm Matt, with one T, like a doormat without the door. And I co-created Dammit, I Lost with my former friend Joe. Joe and I met in maths class in year 7, which was 2009, I believe. I remember the teacher was putting us in this seating plan arrangement, and when I was put next to him, I just remember thinking, God, not the sweaty, fat chemo Peter Griffin looking guy.
So yeah, this is my little humble abode, as it were. One of many, of course. As you can see all the elephants, that one in particular there, it's a symbol of success, I find. At least that's what I tell my clients. Hey, I'm Joe, the more random of the two. And I co-created Dammit, I Lost with some guy called Matt. I just remember thinking to myself when I was sat next to that guy, just thinking, oh God, not him. Not the stinky weed kid, you know. Weedy, and the fact that he smelled of hash. I don't even think he smoked. Good God, what a nose. Christ, what a nose.
But, you know, despite that, we got along.
Fun fact, we bonded over throwing drawing pins at the weird kid who was sitting in front of us, you know, in I don't know about probability and stuff. He's probably dead by now, to be honest. Fun lesson, though.
Me and Joe, we just started making videos just on our own. We weren't uploading them anywhere, they were just for fun. But eventually in 2011, we started a YouTube channel called Dammit, I Lost.
It's a lot of random stuff. It's going to be called Dammit, I Lost There. Or Dammit, I Lost. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It's gonna be called Dammit, I Lost.
I don't remember what day we started all this. I think. Maybe it was a Thursday.
27th of May, 2011.
Oh God, we sat on the fucking floor.
My name's Haydn. I went to school with Matt and Joe. I was there from the start and I regret every second of my life. It was fun in the early days. They'd come in and say they made a new video and I'd pretend to watch it and say I liked it. And then they'd ask which part specifically I liked and I'd just be like, oh, when you made a weird voice or something. And that usually satisfied them.
Damn it, I lost my trousers!
The first ever proper sketch we made was called Uninspired, and it was ironically about having no ideas. That was the first of multiple videos we'd make about having no ideas, so God knows where we got our ideas from. Your guess is as good as ours, honestly.
Damn it, I lost my inspiration.
I mean, if we can't think of a good video idea, we're just gonna have to make a video about us trying to think of ideas for a video.
That's not our style.
I don't know, that's just stupid. Why would we ever do that?
Yeah, who does that anyway?
Well, we need to make a video today, don't we?
No, that's a good point, actually. We do. Alright, what do you suggest?
You know, we mainly got our ideas from, like, running jokes and, you know, certain, like, recurring gags from school. You know, we just meet up and break. As a matter of fact, one friend actually accused me of plagiarising one of his jokes. And you know who you are, right? You know who you are. Okay? Yeah. Gambling's good for you, yeah. See you in court, idiot.
Gambling is good for you.
Hi, I'm Alice. I've been a fan of Dammit, I Lost for a long time. Me and my friends were having a worst YouTube video competition, and that's when I found it. Someone put on Wahey powder and the rest is history. I felt like it was a metaphor for drugs and young people and how it affects the youth. Incredibly funny and well shot, and they only got better from there.
Hi, my name's Ben and I was a fan of Dammit I Lost from 2012 to 2014. I thought they really fell off after that. I prefer the old stuff. I found them after typing the word something into YouTube when I was bored, and for some reason they popped up. I guess they really are something. I used to watch these guys religiously. I could quote all their videos word for word, like that old one with the genie where he says, and he goes like, anyway, it's a really good video.
I'm the magical genie of the bush.
The magical genie of the bush.
Something else to add to your little trivia list here as well. I've never had hair. The thing is with Matt, for our image, he had to micromanage everything. So he got me a bunch of wigs, and to be honest, I kind of liked them. You know, he gave me something I never had. So there we are. You know, he got me a bunch. He started off really short, couldn't really afford many, but as the budget and the scope grew, you know, so did the hair. It became as much a part of me as everything else, I guess.
So we ended up hiring a producer. He was called Craig.
Hi, I'm Craig. I was the producer of Dammit I Lost from 2011 to 2016. It's the most stressful job I've ever had. And I was a firefighter for 3 years. I don't know why Matt and Joe hired me. I think they just wanted a producer to sound fancy. I mean, it was just a YouTube channel filmed on one camera, but for some reason they were paying really good money, so I stuck around. I'd never been a producer before. I just answered a flyer that they put out on a lamppost because I was desperate for work. Actually, I've still got it. Producer wanted. We are a very cool and random YouTube channel and we need a producer. Could it be you? Job description. You will be a producer for our YouTube channel. Salary to be discussed. Contact Matt and Joe if you want this job. No contact details. There's nothing at all on there. What they did was they were hiding in a bush, and as soon as they saw that I was reading the flyer, they just jumped out and offered me the job straight away. I had nothing to lose, so I took the job. Turns out I did have something to lose. The next 5 years of my life. I was so enthusiastic in the beginning. I had big ideas, but they didn't let me do most of them. The first one they did allow was when we hired the Not So Wonderfuls.
He just thought 2 14-year-old boys don't cut it in show business, so he brought the Not So Wonderfuls on board.
What do you guys want to do today?
I want to lick something.
Well, don't lick me! Why not? Because I'm allergic to saliva. My mouth is on fire right now. Ah!
The Not So Wonderfuls always kind of freak me out a bit. I don't know where they found that group of crackheads, but if it wasn't under a bridge somewhere, I'd be surprised.
I thought it'd be nice, like a little side project within the Dammit I Lost universe.
They were a group of these strange, struggling actors. How did you get involved in Dammit I Lost?
Don't know, I can't remember.
Hi, I'm Beanie Smith, and Dammit I Lost is simultaneously the best and worst thing to ever happen to me. I was part of the Not So Wonderfuls.
Under Witness Protection Act, I am operating under a pseudonym, so you can call me Gregory Elephant.
We were just struggling actors, just trying to make things work, you know. We had little bit parts and things, but never anything big.
Small time, cheap stuff, comedy, slapstick, just tiny unimportant roles. Sometimes I didn't even have a line. One time I even remember being cast as grass. That wasn't until we saw, big advert for Dammit I Lost.
We thought Dammit I Lost could be our big break. And Craig said that it could be.
This was going to be the start of something big.
So we just started filming what they were doing. It became like a reality TV thing. The Beanie of Destiny, all that wasn't us. That was just them. They were crazy. And incredibly dirty.
You know, they always left the bathroom in shambles. You know, the plumbing was in chaos. Like, I understand people have their quirks, okay? They have certain routines and things that they do when they go to another person's toilet, but fuck me, you know? Eating toilet paper?
I remember finding pubic hairs in the plug hole of the kitchen sink.
Have you ever tried to wash with a bar of soap that's covered in shit? It's no picnic.
They were animals.
sometimes and even sleep next to each other. It's like a big a bunk.
So we did our first little interview introduction video called 10 Questions.
This one? No, kidding, I don't know how to read.
How to poo in less than an hour.
And then we did our first proper episode, The Beanie of Destiny.
Hey Beanie, I heard of something. It's called The Beanie of Destiny.
The Beanie of Destiny was my favourite video because, well, I'm obsessed with beanies. Interestingly, the name Beanie Smith actually came first, and it's a complete coincidence that I'm obsessed with beanies.
I wear a beanie.
So, around this time, me and Matt got very into the occult. Like, I won't say why, okay? But did a bit of experimenting here and there. Little bits from, like communing with spirits, raising the dead, that was an interesting one. But eventually we ended up with these clones, which would inevitably become our bitter rivals. Gosh darn it, I seem to have misplaced.
Yo dudes, welcome to Gosh Darn It, I Seem to Have Misplaced.
We ended up experimenting with some weird science shit and accidentally made American versions of ourselves. They tried taking over the channel a couple of times.
Wait, is Matt gonna watch this?
Wait, is Joe gonna watch this?
Okay, good. So, hands up here, I'm gonna say, kind of fucked a bit, made them a little bit evil.
I'll admit that I tampered with their programming a little bit, just to make them slightly evil, just to give us like arch nemesis.
I figured it would be a bit of a laugh. A bit of a laugh to make them just a little bit evil.
Have them try to take over the channel, and it would give us the motivation to make better videos. That's all it was.
Come to think of it, though, the stuff they got up to on set. I may have taken a little bit too far, overstepped my boundaries, but I don't remember making them that evil.
Breaking into our rooms, slapping us in our sleep. You ever woken up with your own cock in your mouth? I didn't mean to make them that evil.
Oh yeah, tell them about the whole wiener thing,
I stuck my cock in Matt's mouth.
Classic. Comedy gold.
Okay, so we're...
We're Gosh Darn It, I Seem to Have Misplaced. We're American, and we're free.
Well, you see, the only thing we can
One
really
day,
remember is...
we just came about, and all we knew is that we wanted to take over the Dammit I Lost channel.
Yeah, that channel was ours, it belonged to us.
It was ours and it belonged to us. The first time we did was in, they were doing like some skit about like an interrogation or something, which could be seen as problematic.
Yeah, problematic, it's like prisoners and stuff,
It's like prisoners and stuff in jail. We took over the video and we introduced ourselves.
Hey, I'm Mark. And I'm John. And today on Gosh Darn It, I Seem to Have Misplaced, we're going to do something funny and actually worth watching. Wait.
And then they came and they like beat us up.
It wasn't
They
right.
like beat us up, they fought us. We were out for the count.
Yeah, we'll put to pasture.
Yeah, under the floorboards.
Flying the kite.
We were shot in the chest.
Yeah, shingling the roof.
They broke our legs.
Yep, despite the horror they caused, still worth it.
Gosh darn it. They put a strain on our working relationship. Things started to get tiring. We'd gone from these youthful young boys just making wholesome videos on the internet to just waking up in a cold sweat every night.
Honestly, me and Matt, we'd continue bickering like a pair of angry yaks. You know what I mean?
Then we just started arguing about the stupidest things, like what was the best vegetable?
How tall can you make a statue out of ham?
If you were a font, what font would you be?
What's the best bird, and why is it owls?
And of course, whether or not they used cannons in World War II.
You remind me of my great-granddad. You look like him too. He's dead. He got shot in the face with a cannonball in World War II.
I don't think they used cannons, like cannonballs in World War II.
What?
Lostvideo.wmv broke the fans in half. At first everyone thought it was a joke because the acting really wasn't that convincing, but then it came out that this was like real, this was actually what they acted like.
Right. Yeah, cause, the people that watch this are going to check up on the history. They're going to see me going, I got shot in the face with a cannon. A cannon? No, I don't think they used cannons in World War II, Matt.
I used to cry myself to sleep thinking about them arguing.
God, you look like it.
You're really winding me up, Jonny.
Well, it's true.
We could have had this done by now. But
yeah,
you're moaning about your history.
You know, seriously, catapults and cannons in World War II. Well, you must not have any grandparents.
Well, of course I had grandparents. How would I be here if I didn't have grandparents?
Everyone knows that cannons were not used in World War II.
All I'm saying is it was a long time ago, right? We don't know what they were using. They could have been using cannons, we would never know.
We have documents, we have footage, statistics, everything that shows us how World War II went down, okay? No fucking cannons. Or catapults for that matter.
From that point on, you were either Team Matt or Team Joe.
I was Team Matt. So was everybody. I still am. He always knew what was best for the channel, and Joe just threw it back in his face.
I was always Team Joe. I think he just had something about him I preferred. And Matt always seemed like he was pulling strings behind the channel, and Joe sort of had to just go along with it. Also, Joe's much taller and could probably win in a fight.
You know, everyone was Team Matt or Team Joe, but not us.
No.
Okay, I was Team Mark, you were Team John.
Yeah, we even had our own little falling out, our little bit of drama right there.
Yeah, we had some drama ourselves.
Let me tell you something, our drama was better than their drama. We had explosions.
Much better. We had explosions and bombs. We were trying to kill each other, actually, at that point.
Yeah, nothing could stop us.
Nothing could stop us.
Except for that old lady, but we killed her and made up.
Oh, we got rid of her straight away. 2012 was the first year we did our signature Christmas specials. Things were tense on set.
Hello, and welcome to Matt and Joe's Christmas Spectacular.
Why is it Matt and Joe? Why not Joe and Matt?
It's alphabetical.
That's not. J goes before M.
Hello, and welcome to Matt and Joe's Christmas...
Joe and Matt.
No, it's Matt and Joe.
Why?
We decided this earlier. Come on, Joe, why are you making it difficult now?
It was always Matt and Joe. Alright? Matt and Joe. It rolls off the tongue. Matt and Joe. Okay? If you wanted true equality, we'd have to say the names at the same time. Mujua. It just sounds stupid, doesn't it?
See, Joe comes first in the alphabet, you know, it's alphabetical. Okay? Joe and Matt. J-M. The only reason why we got Matt first is because Matt himself was a tyrannical, controlling, manipulative bastard, okay?
They can't have had a healthy working relationship. I mean, they can't have had a healthy die either, look at them.
You could tell by the atmosphere between them. You could cut it with a spoon, like you would with a trifle. It was as tense as a trifle.
Working on set became a nightmare, so I hired some sub-producers for myself. Tim and Randy. We'd just stand there and watch as Matt and Joe fought. Sometimes it'd resolve itself, and other times it would become a wrestling match.
Things went downhill from there.
All of this, all the drama, all the tension, it's about to come out in full force.
They just didn't show up to set one day.
Every time I see a tree now, I would drink myself into oblivion.
I suppose it's finally time to reveal how we made the clones.
Damn, I lost. More like drama, I lost. That'd be the last time any of us would ever see him.
Heartbreaking.
In Mini Sketches 4, we had another guest. His name was Dougie J.